I heard that there's over 50,000 people without power.
Wow.
Well,
Whoopee.
well, hopefully,
Nice.
hopefully there's like 36 people without power here on the Zoom. Get very clear.
Okay.
Yes, let's start from there. You have no power. Great news. You have no power. As Mike just said, Gary doesn't know how screwed he is. He has to hear it from Mike, because Gary's right there. So, yeah, we have no power. Lay on the operating table. Don't get up. Don't play doctor. Everything goes well. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. All right. So you want to start, Mike? Or
Yeah, we're recording.
oh, we are. All right.
Yeah.
Well, is anybody new here tonight?
Victoria, did we already know you? She's still here.
Yep. I've been here a few times. So.
Right. Okay.
Oh, there you go. We know Victoria.
Yeah.
All right. So again, non-duality. We all know it. We all heard it. Hopefully, we're just putting in something new, which is more the direction of it, which is negation. Yes. This isn't to look to the stars. It's really to look at where your feet are and just see, are they your feet? Yeah. So the stars will take care of themselves. You don't have to be looking for them. Yeah. Just see what's looking by seeing what's not looking. You come to the conclusion, basically by negating the equation, so to speak. Yes. So, yeah, we were just speaking to have some people inside. We didn't know they were coming, so we we're just having a conversation, and you know, this idea of many people believe, and that's the important aspect, that they have to go through and resolve trauma for any other possibility to become available. Yeah. Now, if the person or what the person represents believes that, it can seem to be so. Yeah. But the real meaning of the trauma is given through the one who has the trauma. Yeah. So Paul is the distribution of the meaning to the trauma, not the other way around. So again, when people used to ask me at live meetings, you know, I really feel like I need to meditate. And I'd say, well, you better meditate then. If you feel it like you really need to do something, I would do it. Yeah. But conversely, if you don't feel like you need to do anything, it's best not to do much. Yeah. But the whole point is, it's all premised not on what you're doing, but the who. Yeah. And actually before the who, the mind that's dreaming. The mind that's dreaming is giving meaning to everything. Everything isn't giving meaning to us. Yeah. Like there was a very important statement in the Course of Miracles about you and I are the dreaming of the dream. We forget that. Yeah. And that's a seeming condition. It's appearing to that which is dreaming, that it's forgot that it's dreaming. Yeah. And how does it do that? Or how does that impossible idea gets brought into some kind of seemingly so? It's identification as a body. Yeah. So the dreamt, yeah, the dreaming taking itself to be the dreamt produces a new condition. And that is, you and I are the dreaming of the dream. We forget that we're dreaming. And now we're giving everything that we're dreaming the ability to affect us as the dreamt. Yeah. That's basically what's happening here. There's a projection of a dreaming, The dreamt is a peculiar point of view, and it has a perception of what's projected, and it takes it to be real. Yeah. Because that reality it gives to that which is projected is also taken by it. So now things are real because I'm a thing. Yeah. Yeah. So the Course would also say, you know, you're never upset for the reason you think. So we were just talking outside, and the people that are here are therapists. Yeah. So we were talking outside, and so, okay, someone has a fear of destitution. They're afraid to be destitute. I think we did this the other day. Was it at this meeting? No. Yeah. But let's say there's a fear of destitution. Yeah. And then if you sit with that person, you go, okay, what does that mean? What does destitution mean to you? All right. Destitution means I'm screwed. Okay. All right. Well, what does you being screwed mean? It means nothing good is going to come from it. All right. Well, what does that mean? Nothing good is going to come from it. That I'm bad. All right. So now the volition has sunk in. Yeah. And then, all right. So now, what do you mean by bad? Morally wrong. I could have done something else, but I did this shit and it ended me into destitution. Yeah. So I did the whole thing. All right. Well, what does that mean? And then maybe a meaning doesn't come up. And then you point out that the emptiness that all that meaning was being put into hasn't been eclipsed by any of the meaning. The emptiness hasn't lost its quality by being filled with meaning. It's still inherently empty. Yes. That's our mind. Our mind is inherently empty of things and of meaning. Yes. So people aren't afraid of what they think they're afraid of. If you'd sit them down and ask them, what does it mean for you to lose your job? It's not the losing the job. The losing the job may be the best thing that ever happened to them, but it's the meaning that the head is giving to losing the job. Yes. This is just like basic recognition. This isn't like spiritual rocket science. This is basic recognition. Our meanings to things are meanings given through me to things, or do things give me all the meaning I have? At least get the highway, the direction. If I go on 101 North and I'm thinking I'm going 101 South, I'm going to be very freaking confused that I'm not arriving at my destination. I went the wrong way. So non-duality is nothing. It's meant to spur an act of looking at what is going on and then having a negation come over it all. Not a denial, not a mental denial, a negation. You see the truth, yes, in what's not true. Yeah. The understanding of non-duality brings out the misunderstanding that we're living as. That's its job. Yeah. The understanding of non-duality is a negation of the misunderstandings that we don't even know or believe we have. Yeah. We just bounce. It's like a trampoline we've never looked down upon. We just bounce off of these assumptions as if they're solid and real, and they're not. Yeah. So can there be a doing without a doer? Can there be seeing without a seer? Can there be hearing without a hearer? Yes. Can there be a hearer without hearing? Can there be a seer without seeing? The seeing is completely essential for the idea of the hearer to be hatched, or the seer. But the seer is non-essential when it comes to seeing. Yeah? where in our life is the emphasis? Is it on the non-essential aspect of the living or the essential aspect? Is it on the seeing or the seer? Just take a simple diagnosis. We don't have to go through 500 pages of some archaic, cryptic text. Just investigate. Yeah. Is the seer derived by the claiming of the seeing, or does the seer stand alone as a long-lasting, independent, separate condition? Yeah. It has no legs to stand on. It's derived by the claiming of the seeing. So if you look at this, how could that which come after be what you keep saying is before? How? How can you take yourself to be the seer when you are of the seeing? You don't need to go into cryptic, like multi-algebraic or geometric equations. Just see the horse in front of the cart or the horse behind the cart and just have the truth be told. Yeah. The correction doesn't even need to be, doesn't need it. It's not needed, the correction. You are the correction. Yeah. You are the solution. Well, that's why you don't have a solution. Yeah. Having a solution is in a way part of the problem. You are the solution. Are you the seeing or are you the seer? Go to what is mostly relied upon during the day, the narrative in the head. What is that based on? It's completely based on seeing, but its emphasis is on seer. Completely based on seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching, living, this and that, acting, but its emphasis, the seer, the actor, the liver, the hearer, the taster, the toucher, the doer. Completely. Its whole narrative is spun around that assumption. It's a mistake. Its best utility is for comedic relief, basically. Yeah. How wrong can you get? And it will bring about so many smiles if you're ready to be wrong, because you're going to be wrong like most of the day. The blind man laughs at his own lack of sight, yeah, because it realizes something. The blind man doesn't spend all day buying maps and going over them. He can't read them. Yeah. A blind man usually doesn't go off on a journey. Where the hell is he going to go? Yeah. Let's be honest. We're not ready to launch from any fucking port. We don't even know what port we're in. I'm getting the ship ready for a long pilgrimage. You have no freaking idea what's going on. Yeah. You want to arrive at a shore upon having never left. Yes. This is the fundamental movement of non-duality. No movement. It's just questioning not the miles and miles of distance and separation, but the imaginary little nano inch. Yeah. That little assumption is allows all these miles to be added onto it. Yeah. The assumption is just that. It doesn't hold a kernel of truth in it, unless truth holds it to be so. And we are the truth. We are the truth dreaming of separation. We're not the truth in separation. There is no separation. We're the truth dreaming separation. Non-duality is just questioning that. It's completely doesn't touch seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching, thinking, doing. Yeah, all that shit's happening. Does it ever happen? No, but it's happening all the time. All the time. Yeah. It's just questioning this incredible conclusion of an insane logic that seeing definitely proves there's a seer. How did he get away with that one? Yeah. Oh, if there's hearing, there's got to be a hearer. There's no hearing. The assumption is there's no hearing without a hearer. Yet there's tons of hearing with no hearer. Yeah. Do you think that assumption is going to be changed in a cave in Tibet? Probably not. Can we see it now with no need to change it? Just tell the truth. Yeah. Does the head that I've listened to, it seems like I have I've been conscripted with a subscription to K-Paul. Yeah. This head is constantly speaking as if it has a lot to do with a lot of shit it has nothing to do with. Completely. Yeah. And it can gather around with other minor birds and shit and yap away. But, the whole language and the transfer of shit is all based on these assumptions. Yeah. And those assumptions go to when you read a spiritual book and they enter the Zendo. Yeah. And they climb the highest spiritual mountain. Yeah. They're so close to us, they're seen as us. Yeah. How is that you gonna get out of the you? How? I mean, I haven't tried every way, but I would put up my attempts with drug addiction and match it with like the greatest spiritual escape artists of all. Yeah. If I could have gotten out of this place, I would have. I would have died maybe shortly thereafter, but I would have made it. Shooting heavy duty cocaine in my neck. Yeah. No, you can't escape from an imaginary place. Yeah. Did I learn that from the thousands of dollars I donated to drug dealers and all the time in jail and rehabs? No, I learned that in the message of non-duality. Non-duality gave me an understanding that the place I've taken to be solid is imaginary. Yeah. When that was tested in my own observation of living, that proved to be the gold standard. Yes. To the point that some of the stuff non-duality brought me to, I've never left. There's not a debate every few months or a seasonal review or anything like that. It's just became a foundation based on a solid foundation, allowing more foundation. Yes. When seen, it's nothing. But when sensed, it's everything. Yes? Yeah. So this is the message I hope gets through. It's not the words. It's not the understanding really isn't different if there's a period or a comma missing. It's not the understanding. It's a message. It's an invitation. The invitation is tag, you're it. Yeah. The tag is just a formality. It's totally unnecessary. But if we got to play the game, tag, you're it. Yeah. And then see what arises and starts assuming that it's what was pointed out. Oh, me, yes, I know I've been it this whole time. No, that's not it. Yeah. Now you have the eyes to see what's not. Yeah. You recognize it. I'm not that. I'm not that. You don't have to say it after a while. There's just an understanding that has some weight to it. I'm not that. Yeah. I am of the seeing, not of the seer. I am of the hearing, not of the hearer. Yeah. I am of awareness, not trying to be aware. I am of awareness. Yeah. Yeah. And you know something? this is what I hear a lot, this term lately, the spiritual bypass. Looking at it from one place, you can see it won't work. Looking at it from another place, it's the highest of highest level, bypassing all the spirituality. But the mind, before it can make it something else, it can be looking for an excuse not to deal with certain shit that seems to be necessary. So it tries to use, hey, I'm not Paul, so I don't have to go to meetings, you know? How can I be an alcoholic? I'm not even a person. All right, you'll be a drunk non-person in a couple of days. Yeah, so this whole confusion about levels just keeps persisting. This is not a message to Satish about not being Satish. It's not a message. It's a message to what Satish is about what Satish ain't. Yes? Getting very, very clear. Yeah? Very, very clear that instead of constantly talking about what we are to what we're not, we're going to talk to what we are about what we're not. Yeah? We're going to talk to what we are about what we're not, instead of wasting any more time talking to what you're not about what you are. Yeah. And just stay with it. Yeah. Don't think it's dead. It never existed. So you got to sit on it. Yeah. You got to sit on it. Don't let it get up, and just keep sitting on it, sitting on it, sitting on it. It's exhaust. It's just air. Yeah. So, yeah. In one sense, spiritual bypassing could be a mistake that someone's going to pay for, seemingly. Another sense, it's the greatest fucking saving of time and effort. Yeah. It's not the spiritual bypass, it's what's before it in the big M mind. Yes. If the little mind's trying to get an advantage from an idea not to deal with other shit, it's probably not going to work. If you see that you are what you're looking for, that's a complete spiritual bypassing. Completely. Indeed, you didn't even have to push on the gas. There was nothing to bypass. There wasn't any requirements for me to go through things to get to some other thing. Yes? All those bets were off. You are what you're looking for. Yeah. St. Francis, I don't know, maybe there were some lost papers based on that statement. What's looking is what you're looking for. But that's usually how you get it. It's a very simple sentence. What's looking is what you're looking for. The head would like it to be, what's looking is what you, after 50 pages of requirements and conditions met, you are what you're looking for. Yeah, but it didn't say that. It says what's looking now is what you're looking for now. Yeah. So what's looking is actually how we're getting an interpretation of it. It's you looking for, but that's what's looking. Yeah. So the what's looking that's turned into you looking for is what you're looking for. Yeah. How much looking do you need to find that? You are what's looking. All the evidence has already been amassed. It doesn't need anymore. Yeah. It's not a giant explosion knocks the house of cards. It's one little card being pulled out. The whole thing fucking collapses. Then you keep seeing it, but you know it doesn't have any fucking it doesn't have a reality anymore. You can travel later through it. Yes? Yeah. All right, Mike, anyone want to ask, share, or whatever?
Go ahead and raise your hands if you want. I like the phrasing of a peculiar point of view, getting to go through the day laughing about being wrong all day long.
Jesus Christ, happens. It's just incredible, yeah. And so I'll give you an example what happens with the action figure. Today, yes, it's a longer story. I'll make it simple. I was looking for something, but I had a picture of what it was in. Yeah. So I had a picture that it was in a prescription bottle. That was the mistake. It wasn't in the prescription bottle. So I was looking and I was bypassing it right there in front of me because it wasn't in what I thought it was going to be it. Yes? This is the programming. This is the bias, the blindness of the mental state. Yeah? It has ideas of things, therefore it never sees anything. Yes? So I had this system idea, oh, I'm sure I put them in this prescription bottle, but I didn't. Yeah. So I spent 40 minutes, some people maybe 40 years, some people maybe that. And there I was, I finally found it in exactly where it was. Because when I was looking right at it, it couldn't be it because it wasn't a prescription bottle. You see? You see how fast the idea is put on everything?
Mhm.
And that idea put on the thing disguises the thing. You don't see it by thinking you know it. Yes? That's why non-duality isn't an affirmation. It's not describing something that's true. It's describing what's not true. Yeah? It's not pointing us to study what we are. It's realizing that is unstudyable. It's saying, why don't you study what you're not? Yeah, that you can see. All right. I'm going to get an understanding of that which is incomprehensible. No understanding can capture that, but you can understand how the head works, can't you? Obviously, you can feel what time is like and the absence of time is like. You've had that sensations. All of it's here. You're the book you've been hoping to find. But this book is only one thing needs to be negated with all the discovery is the author page. This is not Paul Hedderman's life. It's life as expressed as Paul Hedderman. That's the best we can say. Yeah, it's what gets negated isn't all that you discover. It's the author, it's the doer, it's the feeler, it's the taster. The totally unessential part is what's seen to be unessential. Yeah, everything else is completely left alone. Yeah, seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching, doing, not doing, deciding, not deciding. All this shit's going on. Yes. But just the question, are we in a world of verbs or are we living in a world of noun, having verbs and doing verbs and being done to by verbs? Which is it? What would happen if all verbs are moving? Yeah. No real meaning, no direction. If you stop one of them and you made a noun, now all those verbs would be seen from the noun's point of view. Yes. You would lose the verb point of view because the verb point of view isn't located. It's not historical. It's happening now. But the noun suddenly gives everything the meaning it has from the noun point of view. From a false premise, false evidence. Yeah. Do you want to go through all the false evidence or just get to the false premise? Yeah. Do you want to cut off 800 branches which are going to grow back or just cut the root? It's a simple thing. Yeah. And in this case, you don't have to cut the root. There was never the tree that we think we're living under. Hallelujah. But while you think there's one, let's get to the root. Yeah. For me, not to be the thinker, there can never be a thought. So my whole negation of the thinker is based on thoughts. There has to be no thoughts for me not to be the thinker. You're going to wait a long freaking time for that. Yeah. There's thoughts and there is no thinker. What? Yes. We were just reading at this other group from Ramana, and they were talking about the example of the mirror, and the mirror reflects. Yes. So, okay, there's a mirror, and you know the mirror is the reality, the emptiness of it. And then there's an appearance. Yeah. And there's an appearance in the mirror. And now that appearance in the mirror is now acting as if it's the mirror, but it's recognizing all the other appearances, but it doesn't see itself as an appearance. Yes. So in this case, all the appearances have to end. The only way you're going to know that you're a mirror is there'll be no appearances whatsoever. Isn't that an incredible insurance policy as an appearance? Yeah. To have so much value put in the imaginary appearance that it can block you from recognizing you are of mirror, you are of reflection. Yeah. It's not necessary. The mirror is a mirror no matter how little or how many appearances are happening on it. Yes? You think it's going to be seen clearly if there's less than 10 appearances? That's one fucking crazy condition the mental state's made up. Yeah? The mirror can be full of appearances. It doesn't lose its essence, which is mirror. Yeah? Yeah. So, there you go.
You ready for a new? From India.
I'm always ready for a new.
Hey, Paul.
You're in
Every time
India still. Oh, great. How's it going there?
it's going well, Paul. Thanks.
Oh, good, good.
You said something and just made my heart skip a beat. It was like everything is very meaningless. I'm not sure about the exact words, and then you said something about things being meaningless, and it was just like, wow, that's amazing. It was felt very freeing. I just realized that maybe the best day of my life was the same as the worst day of my life. The best thing that happened to me is the same as the worst thing that happened to me, because both of them, it's the meaning that we're giving to it.
Yes. What would be a good definition of dreaming? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be meaning being given to. Yeah. That would be dreaming. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that doesn't want to see in recovery, we have a statement to do a fearless and thorough inventory. Yeah. Hopefully on self, with the hope that you see it as other. Because if you're identified as it, it's impossible for a fearless and thorough inventory to occur. Yeah. There's too much investment. The mental state doesn't want to see shit. It doesn't. Yeah. That threatens its agenda or its idea. Yeah. So its receiving of knowledge is very selective. It feeds what fits in the frame. Yeah. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. Yeah. This isn't like the great dream of the open internet. Yeah. It's not like that. Yeah. It's very selective, very biased, and it's attempting to exclude what would maybe question the system and emphasize what reinforces the system. Yeah. So when you're listening to it, you're living as it, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah. And it has an agenda that may not actually coincide what you call your agenda. And you'll probably feel a lot of frustration and a sense of powerlessness because its agenda seems to win out over what you call your agenda. Yeah. Which goes totally against the feeling that I'm a long-lasting, independent, separate thing. That I have choice and I can shake this and build that and go there and do this. And yet you're not. Yeah. To this, it's like the skin and the snake story. The skin has presented itself as the whole snake, which it is just a part of. Yeah. And it's super afraid that the snake's going to find out that it's just the skin, that it can do without the skin, because it may get new skin if it got rid of this old skin. So the skin's got the megaphone, and it's always talking as if it's the snake, and it's looking out for the snake's well-being and promoting the snake's interest, but it isn't. It's looking out for the skin's well-being and promoting the skin's interests at the expense of the snake. Yeah, because the snake would be doing a whole lot better when it got the new skin. Yeah, it would travel lighter, it would be shinier, it would attract female snakes, it would travel over rocks much better. It's a big win for the snake for that molting to occur. But to the skin, it's Armageddon. Yeah. One is a fact out of time. The other is an assumption in time, masquerading as a fact. Yeah. Which one do you want to be, the horse, and which one would you rather be, the cart? Yeah.
I think this thought brings a real lightness to everything that's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we said the other day, if you're taking the cart to be never mind. Yeah. Yes, honey. I hope was how things have shook out for this experience called Paul. Paul was really, if you could see energy as clogged arteries, I had a lot of clogged arteries, yes. My whole life was about looking for something that I never saw, really. The meaning had been given to things before I even met the things. Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere along the line, I grew out of living and I got an interpretation, basically. And the mental state reigned supreme. And I took no other counsel but its counsel, really. Like when my father and grandmother died, I just went up into that hole up there. And I didn't trust anything anyone said except that head. And whoa, I was in for a rough ride. Yeah. In this case, like a bull rider, but you can never get off the bull. You're just strapped. You're past 8 seconds. It's now 50 years. You got no spine left or anything. So, yeah. I really speak from relief, honey, a lot. The relief is the basis of this voice, really. That's what it is. I can't measure the immeasurable amount of relief that have been graced in this situation. Yeah, really. I can't measure it.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I never thought that hopelessness or helplessness would feel so freeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And see, honey, anew, that quality and that twist of logic is you're gonna see it in a lot of the jewels that come. You'll see it's seeing that same like facet in the jewel that makes the necklace. Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you see the seamlessness of mind, big mind, not the chaotic scattering of the mental activity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what, you get these ahas and they string a necklace almost. Yeah, they string a necklace. Yeah, that doesn't hold the light. It allows the light to come through. Yeah, it's empty of any color or light itself. It's beautiful. And you see the seamlessness of a movement that you can't see the footprints of. You can if you have the eyes, but yes, it's not so obvious. But the choreography is incredible, really. It's just quite beautiful. Yeah. Even in the sadness, you know, there's so much richness and sadness. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm happy to see you, Anu. I'm happy. Yeah. See, the wishes come true as long as you don't clothe them with any kind of appearance. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anu.
Hey,
Satish has his hand up.
Satish,
Paul.
are you still squatting at Peter's house?
Swatting? Oh, squatting? No, no, no. Yeah, I had to reinstall Zoom to get rid of that. I was wondering what convinced you that that there is seeing without a seer?
I would say Grace.
Grace, okay.
Grace convinced me.
And it makes a lot of sense, logical sense, you know. But
I'm
yeah,
trying to use logic tonight. You know, I'm not a big fan of logic, but
yeah,
let's talk, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, in Italian when you're in Rome. So
Okay, I'll wait for Grace then.
some minds like that. It's good because if you see the linear, because in a linear world, we think that which comes before has more importance than that which comes after in a lot of cases, right?
Mhm.
When they say, when you're in a program like recovery, first is more important than next. Yeah. So first you've got to realize this, then next this happens. So yeah. So in speaking through that logical mail slot, just see, obviously, if you just take 5 seconds, you see the seeing is that which is before, and then the seer is something that comes after. Yes.
Mhm.
It's just obvious, isn't it? Yeah. What does that do but sink the whole story that you're the before? I mean, really. Yeah.
But this
Where
action
does-
figure takes forever.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
No. The action figure has nothing to do with forever.
Yeah.
It's time bound and time ended. Yeah. Forever is a clothes store, Forever 21. That's about it. Maybe on some Valentine's Day cards. That's about it. Yeah. 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 Tonight, hey, Satish, you only have a few hours. You're going to completely forget about Satish. You're going to be sleeping happily in
Mhm.
deep sleep with no samskaras or nothing, and no karma, nothing to unroll or anything. You'll be free from all of it. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Then you wake up and suddenly the chains seem to be on. What is that? I think it's you're waking up, in the morning seems to be an exact, like a perfect alliance with the chains appearing. Maybe it's you that's the chains.
Mhm.
Who knows? It seems like, if something is always there where you are, maybe that something is seemingly you, I don't know. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Ramana used to talk a lot about deep sleep and stuff.
Mhm.
Most people look forward to going to sleep, don't they? You get tired, you can't wait to go horizontal. Yeah. There's no giant brooding fear. Yet you're going to be totally out of control though. Yet we so willingly look for it. Where during the day, we're trying to manage every fucking thing. Yeah. I mean, something knows better, needs the relief from all that huffing and puffing that went on all day. Thank God we have deep sleep. Yeah. Isn't that funny? People thinking they're great managers and in control of everything. Yet when they go to bed, all bets are off. When they go to sleep, all bets are off. Yeah. They don't have any promise they're going to wake up, yet they have a smile while they're sleeping mostly. Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. You're not. That's the relief. The you ain't going on. That's the great relief. The great relief the you is looking for is from itself. In this case, the only guarantee is in deep sleep. So most of us look forward to it. Yeah. That's the only time you're not there, seemingly, when you're never not here. You're never here, but there, seemingly, it's the only time you don't seem to be here. Seems to be the greatest part of the day.
But there are times in the day that, I'm not there. Or this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
During the day.
yeah, I know.
Mhm.
I would say every moment you're not there. Satish is just an afterthought that says it's before thought. It is, bro. Without the body, if the body wasn't here swinging around and doing the shit, and we didn't build a world of reflection from mirrors and shit like that, there would be very little Satish going on. Yeah, it's a remembering, and the body is it's like it's its perfect wand of remembering. Yeah, it dwells on the image of the body because the image of the body contains the meaning of being the doer, the seer, the feeler, the taster, and the toucher that would get washed away by the seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching. But bottled as the body, it seems to withstand the fact of what's going on pretty damn well for maybe 50, 60, 70 years. Can't withstand it for long, but as long as the doer is encased and pictured as a body, it seems to have fucking life. But if there was no body, there'd be no sense of being the doer of anything that was ever done. Yeah. The body signifies a huge amount. It's not the body in and of itself, because it's an appearance. But what's appearing in it as it is a lot of meaning, a lot of ownership, a lot of being the doer of a lot of stuff that we're not the doer of. Yes? The body is used as the container of all the owning and claiming of all the doing and the seeing and the hearing, and it made into like a fucking sculpture of the doer, the seer, the hearer, the feeler. Yes. That's why when you go to sleep, you lose a sense of body, yeah? And you lose a sense of Satish, I imagine. Yeah. And there's great relief there. And then the body regroups for another day of being seemingly presented as Satish in the center of the universe, and all that is worthy to be thought about. It's a hard day. Every day is a hard day for our body, that's been crowned as the center of the universe.
But that's useful, right? To some extent.
To some
Functional
extent,
aspect.
everything is useful to some extent. Yeah. Well, the dream wouldn't have legs without a legs. The dreaming, yeah. Yes. Don't you ever have a moment, you know, in the morning when you wake up and the body condition hasn't become emphasized yet? Yeah. So you're in a room and you're in the you know, the set of the movie, but you're not feeling like the character. Yeah. The emphasis of the body isn't strong, but you're awake in the dream. Yeah. And sometimes you have a nice hiatus for maybe a half hour if you don't have any pressing things to do. And you're not feeling any knees or any arthritis or anything like that. The body isn't yelling a lot. And it's very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That sense that can be had in the dreaming can be a foundation that you live from. That all the echoes that the body is used to bounce back may be muted a little bit, yeah? And you'll be able to travel lighter through this experience, yeah? Like you know, like Jesus says, you know, you make mountains out of molehills or something. The mental mountains will re-echo and blast back. But what happens if those mountains are muted and you're not getting that reverberation? Yeah, you can travel lighter through arthritis, through things. Yeah, yeah. Check out in the morning before everything gets set up. There's in the dream itself, there's freedom in that. Yeah, because you are seemingly as a body, but you're not feeling like a body. Yeah. Yeah. Nice to see you, Satish. Yeah. If you don't give up, Satish, I won't. Yeah.
What did you say? If I don't give up, you will?
I won't.
You
Yeah.
will.
We'll just keep banging the Satish drum.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good to have you along. You know.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Satish. And David Strudwick is up.
G'day everyone, g'day Paul. I've had a real interesting last 3 days. I've been going really well. And yesterday I had to go and see my daughter and my son-in-law and my 3 grandchildren who are heading off. They headed off this morning on an inevitable trip. They've sort of got no plans. My daughter's going to homeschool the kids and stuff like that. So 2 things happened last night when I was out there speaking to them. And I remembered something that you've said a fair bit, Paul. I've got a grandson that's just about to turn 3. I've got a grandson that's 5, and I've got a granddaughter who's my favourite, and she's about to turn 8. But my little grandson who's 3, nearly 3, he's got a lot of problems. He's allergic to everything. They've got to jam that heart starter needle into him when he, you know, when he eats the wrong foods and all this sort of stuff. But he, out of all those 3 kids, does not give a, for want of a better word, a fuck about anything. He just runs around. He loves life. There's no stress. There's nothing going on. Whereas the other 2, the next boy at 5, he's starting to get stressed out and you know, and believe in this, I think. And my granddaughter, it blows me away. She's nearly 8. She seems as stressed and as much anxiety as most 30-year-old adults I know from when I was young. So that was the first thing that I noticed last night. The second thing that I noticed is I give my daughter a hug goodbye and I burst into tears. But they only lasted for about 30 seconds and I jumped in my car and left and drove out. It's a beautiful property out where they are, and started laughing my head off on the way out of the property because it sort of really didn't all matter. She's my daughter and I love her and everything else. But I would have normally had a lot of anxiety leading up to that, which I had a little bit. And I would normally still be feeling shit now, like missing her and everything else, you know. Anyway, I just thought I'd say that. So I haven't really got a question. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Dave. We always like these reports from Oz. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Well, going along with the absurdities and laughing and stuff, earlier this evening I was watching more of a science jargon video, and it was applying the same deconstruction that you started the meeting with, right? When you were talking about, well, what is, what is bad, what is not good, whatever. And this was about how, science's premise about matter being a separate standalone thing that can be investigated. And he used the phrase reduction of assumptions to their absurdity.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
perfect phrase.
Yes. That is a good, that is one. Yes.
And even how but the absurdity, like one of the first dilemmas is it won't like being called an absurdity, right? So immediately it all.
Well, that's why there's a lot of laughing involved.
Yeah.
Because you run into absurdity over and over again. There's no end to it. That's the fun, really. Because, yeah. 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 There's a lot of seriousness pumped into a lot of things. Yeah. And sometimes, yeah, you hold that space for that. Yeah. But after a while, you just start laughing a lot of the time. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, what was it? The reduction of all assumptions to their own absurdity. Yeah.
Yeah. Of assumption or assumptions.
I remember that. I think we'll use that one. Yeah. We'll have a commercial for Zen Bitch Slap, like the old Twilight Zone. You're now entering the absurd that all assumptions lead to. Have a little, well, can wear a Rod Steiger outfit, whatever his name is, Ron Serling, whatever his name was. Yeah, we'll do a little Zen Bitch Slap. You're entering the Twilight Zone. Yeah, where absurdities, when assumptions crash into their own absurdity. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I think it's nice when you just put the chicken before the egg or the egg before the chicken, just like, okay, my head completely lives life from the hearer, the feeler, the taster, the toucher. It doesn't live life, it interprets life. And yet there's a living and a hearing and a seeing and a feeling that gets completely underappreciated. Yeah. At whose loss? Not the hearing, the seeing, the feeling, the tasting, the toucher, the hearer, the feeler. Yeah. The hearer is what loses not sensing it's the hearing. Yes. That's the beauty. Yeah. So now you hear the hearer and you listen to the hearing. Yeah. You hear the hearer, the narration, but you listen to the hearing. You listen to the seeing. You listen to the feeling and the tasting, the touching. Yes. You listen to the verbing of things. You hear the noun story, but you listen to the verb. Where before the emphasis was all on the noun. Yeah. That's shifted. And you know it. You'll know it by the shift. You'll know if it hits 50%, 0.1, it changes everything. Yeah. The listening and the hearing shift. You stop listening to the hearer and you start hearing the hearing. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. Look at this lovely cat. This is my, where is it? Nice to show you.
Oh, I bet so.
Can you see her?
Yeah, looks like a possum right now.
She's been at this for 20 minutes.
Oh, pawing.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
yeah. This cat, I know it's, yeah, a lot gets transmitted through her eyes. I'll tell you that. She's a trip. All right. Anyone else?
Steve in Germany. Go ahead, Steve. He's got no video though. Are you there?
In Germany.
I'm here.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, Paul. I just wanted to say that there was so many slaps in the first 10 minutes. I need 10 more faces to get them all. And that hiatus you were speaking about, it just comes in so fast. Sometimes just listening to you, and it's just very clear straight away again.
Yes.
And yeah. And I got the cat here as well, and that is also helping.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Steve. Hey, Steve, I really appreciate what you sent me. Though I haven't listened to much, but it led me to finding the Huang Po stuff.
Yeah.
So we sent that stuff to, we put it on the website. Then I went back and they got part 3 and part 4. There's a lot of it. So
There's a lot of great stuff on there. But
yeah.
I sent you a book as well, IQ, poems. And they're just 2-line little poems. And each one is a slap.
Oh, good. I'll check that out. Yes.
They just really bring that immediacy, because
Yes.
it's not always there, difficult times, whatever, but it comes back so quickly with the clarity of words.
Yes. Well, that's immediacy for you. It comes back so quickly.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes no time.
The funny thing is, after a while of being brought back, you know you never left, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the whole point. When you're brought back by immediacy, one of the qualities, you know you never left. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks out the meaning of all that which went on when you thought you left. Immediately. And then you're in the real meaning of emptiness. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you.
The amazing thing is that you can spend so much time seemingly away, and once the seeing is there again, it's all gone. It takes no time. It's all gone, and you're just back. And yeah,
exactly. Yes, it doesn't have any. It's not affected by the distance we think we make. Yeah, it's 5 miles, 100 miles. It immediately. Your return from where you never leave. Yes.
Beautiful.
And hopefully
Thank you.
enough of those events will happen that something will break in the conditioning. Yeah. It'll just break like a dam that can't hold the water back anymore. Yeah.
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 And I'm really aware of that, and that it takes no time, because sometimes you think you're wasting so much time, but it takes no time. There's a great IQ poem there as well. I can't remember it now, but just the same thing, that it takes no time, and in one moment it's all gone. So
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's based on because it never was here. That's the point. See,
yeah,
we're thinking things are real and it would take time to make them unreal, but they're not real. So it doesn't take any time for them to be seen as unreal, because that's their nature. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. The answer isn't it's not on a time delay. It's immediate. Yeah. And then you may find out about it in a sense later, but the message wasn't later. Yeah, it's now. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Steve. I actually see you there. Nice to
Yeah,
meet you.
it's very bad Wi-Fi and lighting and everything, but really lovely to be here. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. Yes, very much. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Thanks, Steve, and thanks to Steve again for doing the titles for the videos.
Oh, great. Yeah. We could just have nothing as the ongoing title. Nothing 2021, nothing 2022. Yeah. Hey, I just really happy to meet everyone, see everyone here. Nice to meet you, Steve, and stuff. And you know, yeah, it's just nice. I like what's cooked up on this Zoom experiment. So it's very nice, like meeting everyone, David B. and Anu and David from Oz. Yeah, it's very, yeah. I get a lot of warm, tingly feelings. Yeah, fondness and dare I say love, who knows? So yeah, but I'm happy to be here. Anyone else, Mike?
No other hands up that I see.
Oh,
Nobody
well,
waving.
you want to say goodbye today? Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. I got to get to the front page. All right, Mike, again, thank you so much for everything. Obviously, most people know that without Mike, I don't know where Zen Bitch Slap would be. Yeah. So thank you, Mike, for all the service, everything. David, nice to see you, Dave. Yeah, in Oz. Yeah. Anu in India. Fantastic to see you, Anu. I'm very happy that you fell upon the Zooms. Very happy. We got Robert from New Zealand. The same thing with Robert. Robert is like on having never left. I just always like to see Robert. Yeah. And Tej is he's an encyclopedia of what not to do. Yes, in a lot of things. Very, very wise character. David B, he isn't in jail or in the hospital. He's having a good day. Yes, very good. I'm happy, Dave. Yeah, you're smiling, not taking Dave so seriously. It's the way to go, really. I don't care if it was from pedaling backwards. Buddhism, whatever does it or seems to do it, I'm all for. Yeah. We got Satish. Nice to see you, Satish. Yeah. Sanda, our last thread to the homeland. Oh no, Anu's in India and Sanda's in India. Anu, where are you in India?
I'm in Jaipur, which is in north, like the desert area.
Yeah.
Northwest, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And we know where Sanda is. Yeah, yeah. Nice to see you, honey. Thank you for all the support and everything, both of you. We got Steve from Germany. We just met. We got Mary. Mary, those glasses are like flashing me back to the movie Terminator or something. You can see the screen on there. We got Kenneth. Kenneth from Vancouver. Let's see. I saw Nick before. There he is. Nick B. You're always surprising yourself how you can travel through these things, don't you, Nick? Eh?
Yeah. Thank you for the call last week, Paul.
Yeah, anytime. Actually, you should take more advantage of me, really, if you want. Yeah. We got Alex from the Hudson Valley. We got Vlad. Vlad, thank you for your support and all the music and everything else.
Oh, thank you so much, Paul.
Now in Russia, yes.
Yes.
We'll meet again, Vlad. Don't worry.
We'll meet again.
Yeah.
We'll meet again.
Amelia's trying to cook up a retreat in Italy next September. Yeah.
Would be great.
This coming September, yeah. So I'm going to do it if she sets it up. Yeah. It's nothing like going to Italy with Italians. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. You get the whole family takes care of you. It's pretty good. Very good. Yeah. I ate like I was there in 21 days. I ate like 60 times with people. No, maybe no, 42 times. Twice a day. Every day. Lunch and dinner, like 4-hour episodes. It was incredible. Yeah. A lot of love. It was very nice. So, all right, we got Kerry from Hawaii. Nice to see you, Kerry. Yeah. Yeah, I got that shirt packed away for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Kerry. Thank you.
Yeah, Paul, yeah, I mean, what can I say except for like, I don't know, life changed. I can't say like, you changed my life, anyone changed my life, but man, oh man, it's been quite a ride and it keeps getting better. That's all I got. It's great. It's a great ride.
Yes, there you go, man. Yeah. Yeah. Better late, always never. We got Stefan on Having Never Left. He's the original on Having Never Left. There he is. We got Not Jacob from Seattle. He put out a beautiful shirt, Freedom from the Bondage of Self. Very nice. Victoria, nice to see you again. I had the pleasure of running into you yesterday at the Awakening Together group. Yeah. We got Alan, nice to see one of the Olsen brothers. We got Deborah from Canada, Alberta. Nice to see you, Deborah. We got Sina Apted. I may not be saying it correctly. I apologize.
Maybe that's Senna that we know.
Oh,
Oh,
Senna.
she's-
Yeah, Senna. There she
Yeah.
goes. We got JP from Vietnam. I don't see him tonight, but he's there. Let's see. Where else did I go? I think that's it.
Our friend Susanna.
No, I didn't. I didn't get everyone. I've got James from the iPhone. He's going out. He's taking a nap. That's good. Good sign. We got Kagan. Kagan, nice to see you there. Nice background. We've got Mary G. I said hello to her. That's about it. I'm not going to say hello to David again, but there he is from Oz. See you, everyone. Mike, thank you. We'll be here tomorrow for recovery, and it's all on Zen Bitch Slap if you're interested. And we'll be live. We're going to be live Saturday. I didn't hear from the guy, but we're going to have a live meeting Saturday.
Whether you hear from him or not.
Yeah, we're going to go. 1 o'clock. Yeah. All right.
Okay. See you
And
there.
we'll have the Zoom also, but we'll be live Saturday. Thanks, guys. See you, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Good night.
Paul.